Before the paper, I knew they would say, and I knew by the looks on their faces. Niggas mad cause I did what they wouldn't do, say what I couldn't do. Look, bitch, I made it, I made it. Came a long way from the basement. Body on me, I ain't playing, y'all. These niggas ain't playing fair. If I would've known better, I'd do better. Took some mess and I learned from a new level. Bought some new shovels and some new stressors, and I'm ready for war like whoever. They counted me out, I can't count it all. Cause little nigga, I ball. I put them points on the board every time that I shoot, I'ma score, and you know I'm a dog. I'm really appalled, don't need no applause. I know I'm a legend, my name on the wall. First record with platinum, my second with gold. Did it independent, no deal at all. And they said it's impossible. Got them high cause I did them without them though. I'm the same nigga, slept on the carpet floor. Even back then I knew that I'd be poppin', so I really ain't trippin'. I swear I ain't trippin'. I got in my feelings and got me a million. Couple people I thought would be with me, but they not, so it's fuck all them niggas. And then you next.
Hello world, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody been having a good day. Coming up on another week. Hope everybody definitely enjoy this week that's upon us. With that being said, man, we got some more boxing talk for sure. And man, I gotta welcome my folks in. Hotel Shalom, what's good with you? Hello world, what's good with you? Eric H, what's good? Jimmy Bernard, what's going on? What's good, man? Not much, man. Just good boxing talk, man. That's all it is for me. You know what I mean? Definitely been keeping my ear to what's been going on. I had a busy last couple of days for sure. But hey, man, Rod Neal was good. Which was going on? Oak Park Boxing was good, man. What's going on with it? For sure. But yeah, man. Definitely be keeping my ear to the streets, man, and man, we got more fights developing as we speak. Man, I can't talk enough about this card of Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney's card, man. I mean, goddamn, it's shaping up. People can say what they want to say about Turkey. That's fine. That's dandy. I'm hip. I understand where people are coming from and things of that nature. You like them, you may not like them. And that's fine, you know what I mean? Whatever your interpretation is on him. But hey, I don't see nobody doing what Turkey doing right now, and I haven't been seeing nobody doing what Turkey's been doing since he stepped foot in the game almost a year and a half ago. So, and I'm just being honest, you know. And I got friends from top ranked friends with PBC. I don't know anybody at the other positions and other promotion companies or whatever, but I mean, hey, I call a spade. The man has been putting on fights, and I've always said there's a difference between big fights and elite fights. Massive fights. There's a big difference. Big fights, for me, a big fight would be like the number one and number two going at it. Number one, number two going at it for us in the ranking systems, or even a 3 and a 5 going at it. That's a big fight to me. But a massive fight is champions, undisputed champions. No matter what promotion company they're with, they're facing off with each other. Those are massive fights. You want to say something like a Bud and Canelo, or a Bud and Earl was a massive fight. If you want to go UK bound, you could say Daniel Dubois and Joshua was a big fight, right? So to me, there's a difference between big fights and massive fights for sure. Mr. Fitz for All Sports was good with you. People don't like it because it's different. People don't like what? Because what's different? What is different? Joseph Townsend, what's good with you? Hello, world. What's going on? Follower of No Man. Salute to you, brother. What's going on with it? What you mean by that, Air H? I don't. Maybe I'm moving too fast. What you mean by that? Yeah, man. before I get into that card, because like I said before, I've been keeping my ear to the streets, haven't really talked about the card. I think the only one I did talk about I didn't talk about any of the undercard fights that's supposed to be happening on this card in November, late November at that. But I did talk about everything with Turkey. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, and I hate to say it this way, at the end of the day, us as Americans, us or them as in the guys in the UK, that man is in Saudi Arabia. He don't owe Americans shit. Because I know for as long as I actually been paying attention to boxing, especially after I finished playing college football. So we're gonna say from like 2011, there could have been numerous amount of big fights. So we're talking what is 2025. So we're talking almost 14 years. Could have definitely been, you know, 2011, 2021. So yeah, we talking about 14 years here. With that being said, he don't owe the American shit, no matter how he want to do it, however he's doing it, and however he's going to do it. For long as I've been watching, you know what I'm saying, these American promoters had the chance to change the game. They had a chance to change the game, but all we ever heard was, oh, he's on that side of the street, or this network don't want to, take this amount of money, or the networks don't want to do it, or, he on that side of the street, and, he asking for too much money. It was always an excuse. You know what I'm saying? It was always an excuse of why we couldn't get big fights, or if there was we're gonna have the fights in house. We always heard something like that. But if you got a guy that's number 2 in let's say the WBC, and on the other promotional team, this other guy was number 7, but you had number one and 3 tied up in fights, 4, 5, and 4, 5, and 6 tied up, but this number 2 and number 7 can fight. Yeah, they might be on a different side of the street, but that's still, a big fight because they in the same ranking system. You know what I mean? So they had a chance to, make some of these fights that, hardcores want to see. Casuals, I understand. Casuals, they just want to see the popular name and things of that nature and the glitz, the glamour. I understand that. But for us hardcores, we care about, the WBO rankings, IBF, WBA, IBO, WBC. We care about those rankings. We want to see these guys mix it up so that way we'll understand and know who's the best in that division, not only in that division, but who's the best in that sanctioning body. You know what I mean? So those things matter. And the Americans had a chance to change that, and they failed to do so. They went the whole route of going pay-per-view, putting on casual fights. So even one of my favorite fighters, Leo Santa Cruz, can have fought some big names, but did he? Well, he fought some big names. Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry about that. He fought some big names, but when it mattered the most, did he? No. You know what I mean? So I just think that whatever Turkey doing, he can continue doing it because he's making fights. You know what I mean? The only thing I don't agree with is the whole ring thing. For us making the ring smaller. I feel like at the end of the day, that skill, no matter how to fight a fight, they still possess that skill, whether they, boxer or power puncher or whatever the case may be. They're still going to be able to utilize that ring. They just got to be even more smarter about it. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with that because, again, not only doing that, you can take away from the sport as well by doing so. You know what I mean? You really can. It don't matter if, for example, the William Skull and Canelo fight, it doesn't matter if Skull was, boxing and moving and whatever y'all say, running around the ring. If Canelo couldn't cut off the ring, guess what? He just couldn't fucking cut off the ring. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. When it comes to fights like that, I know people pick at Shakur, and I've seen people pick at Devin, but that's part of a skill, right? That's part of a skill. And again, some skills in boxing are misled. Some skills in boxing are not a lost art, as I always say. You know what I mean? So if Turkey was around 5 years ago, we would have Wilder AJ. Probably not. Probably not because even if the money was substantial, right? Even if the money was substantial, that was Eddie Hearn's golden ticket. He was not going to let that go. So it don't matter if they both was making 150 million. I don't think Eddie would have let that go. You know what I mean? Because he knows that there's a lot of money to milk out of Joshua, and that's what he did. For sure. But yeah, man. I've seen guys like Dante's Boxing Nation, Aki TV. You know what I mean? And I won't even put 78 in this because at the end of the day, I spoke to him, and he see exactly where it came from, and I did see it was a big thing of Tank Davis sparring Brian Norman Jr. And I know I think Senior came out and said something between the lines like, what does that matter? You know what I mean? That was old news. Those guys hasn't sparred. Those guys hasn't sparred since late 2020. That was 5 years ago. And I remember that was a big thing on the internet then. You know what I mean? Even was a big thing then. I spoke about it. I spoke about it on a live a while ago. I actually tried to go back and find that live, but I did have to erase some videos off my page over a year ago. But even, I don't understand. What I didn't understand is why did Dante's Nation bring that clip up or the audio of Norman Senior talking about the sparring, because relatively or not, that has nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Nothing to do with that's going to take place come late November. So I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? Aki TV, I seen he did a video on it as well. And that, don't get me wrong, it was more people who did it, but at the same time, that's old news. Not only was it old news, that's something that I've seen multiple channels talk about that. Honestly, if we're being frankly honest, there was multiple people who interviewed Norman Senior back then about the topic of that matter. There was multiple people who wanted to interview Brian Norman Jr. At the time of that matter. So for that to come back up is really pointless. I know one of my guys, he was just like, well, that's promoting the fight. How? That sounds crazy to me. That sounds retarded to me. They don't need Tank Davis to promote. No, they don't need to say his name for no promotion of that fight. No promotion of the fight, because if we're being honest, if you just look right there, those names right there bring more attention than what Tank Davis has going on. Not being funny, right? Not being funny at all. But those guys, all those guys on one card brings more than enough tension, right? You got two American Mexican guys. You got a UK guy. You got Cleveland, Ohio. You got Atlanta, Georgia. You got California, Las Vegas. That's enough eyes right there. That's enough eyes right there. So I don't want to hear, oh, we're just promoting the fight. There ain't no promoting the fight with Tank Davis' name, because what happened in the past happened in the past. Now, what I believe happened, right? What I believe happened is that certain people, speaking of those two, and I've seen videos of them talking negatively about Tank Davis, just don't like Tank Davis. So, of course, that was a way to put a stain on his name to uplift Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., which is no need. Was it great sparring? Absolutely. You're fucking right, it was. I was the person, me, my guy Eric Moon, DeMichael Harris, who also DeMichael Harris getting ready to fight my guy Haven Brady July 25th on OTS. That's going to be a banger for sure. But I was the one, who set it up, who set up the spar. I was the one who set the sparring up, and that was like 2017. I think after Tank won his first belt with Pedraza. Brian Norman was every bit of 16 years old. He's 24 years old now. So that lets you know that was 8 years ago. And they sparred again 2020. I want to say this was like maybe like August, September. No. I'm sorry. This was around like April, May-ish of 2020, or maybe it was 2021. It had to be no. It had to be 2021. It had to be like 2021 the last time they sparred. 2021. I think it was like April, May-ish, because I know it was just starting to get warm outside. But they brought the whole city out. You got to keep in mind, my coach, Coach Mustafa, who's also my coach, my trainer, his gym at that time wasn't even that big. I think it was every bit of, don't give me that. It wasn't big. I mean, you come through the front door, or you go through we normally came through the back door. You come through the back door, you take about 20 to 30 steps. I want to say maybe 20 to 40 steps. You're damn near at the front door. So it wasn't that big in there anyway. But what I would say is that it was about 200 to 300 people inside that small ass building watching those gentlemen spar. Great fucking work, man. Great fucking work. Of course, Norman did his thing, and Tank showed why he was a champion. I mean, there's really no more to say. You know what I mean? Even though I know Norman Sr. and Tank and his team, they was going back and forth for years. What's the word I want to say? It was junk talking on both sides. I think they was doing like one day they did like close to 15 rounds. Then the next time they sparred after that, they did about 8 rounds and turned the clock off and went about 30, 40 minutes. So it was shit. It was damn. That was good fucking work. And I still remember it like it was yesterday. But the need to bring that up has absolutely nothing to do with this fight. Absolutely nothing to do with this fight. Adam said, why is everybody acting like Shakur going to watch Zepeda? Zepeda is a pressure fighter that takes a lot of shots and keeps coming. He's tough dude. The question is, can Shakur hold on and keep up? Yeah, man, I don't know nothing about that, man. I'll rock. Salute, take respect, brother, for sure. What's going on with you? He said, oh, my bad, I forgot AJ did turn down 50. Yeah, he did. I saw you speak on this on X. Yeah, man, because like I said before, it's no need. Like, it's no need to bring. What I don't understand is why this came back up. That's the part that I don't understand. You know what I mean? And people can get involved like, damn, okay, it may be new to some people, right? And that's totally fine. I get it. But you gotta hold certain people accountable. You gotta hold certain people accountable, because if I'm making a video and I'm speaking on something, it's 2025 and that was 2021, 2020. So we're gonna say 4 years ago, right? And the first time they sparred was 2017. If I'm talking about something that was damn 8 years ago, and I'm talking about something that was 4 or 5 years ago, I need to state that in my video somewhere else. I need to state that in my video somewhere. So the person who listening, who may heard it for the first time, don't get it misconstrued and put it out as if this is just happened. No, it didn't just happen. This is old news. This is long gone. There was plenty of people who made videos about it. So those people, individually, I did see the Aki TV. I did see Dante Spots Nation. What was the motive behind it? What's the motive to bring that back up? Because last time I checked, Gervonta Tank Davis has a fight with Lamont Roach coming up. So he's busy with Roach. These gentlemen over here, they got their own thing to handle. And when that time comes, they got to handle their business. There's only two people getting in the ring. That's Devin Haney and Brian Oman Jr. Tank ain't getting in the ring with now one of them. So to even bring that up, I don't see how that's news. I don't see how that can... I don't see. Now, what I believe happened, of course, they just don't like Gervonta Tank Davis. They clown every chance they get to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis. And they inserted him to, kind of big up Devin, you know what I mean, to make Tank look shameful. That's the only other way I can see it. And they started this after Tank shut all his social media down. I don't know if he would speak on it, but it's crazy. Well, another thing that I saw that Tank did was congratulate Devin Haney. And that's why I'm saying all this. I mean, congratulate Brian Oman Jr. Again, people got to understand, I brought Tank to Brian Oman Jr. back in 2017 when they first sparred. So that's 7 years ago, right? I'm sorry, 8 years ago when they first sparred. They haven't sparred again. I want to say it was 2020. For some reason, it's 20. Something keep telling me 2020, but it may have been 2021, early 2021, because I do know everybody. We was, pretty much everybody in the gym was still wearing masks. So I do know that much. I do know that for a fact. So I'm trying to figure out if it was 2020 or early 2021, but I do know that everybody was wearing masks. I lost my train of thought. So yeah, so what I was saying was this. The purpose of bringing it up because Tank said congratulations to Brian Oman Jr. And of course, certain people who don't like Gervonta Tank Davis probably felt as if Gervonta Tank Davis was siding with Brian Oman Jr. on this fight coming up. Now, keep in mind, Tank put that out the very next day after Brian Oman Jr. Victory. This is way before. In fact, this is before Turkey called the Normans. This is before a contract or an agreement to fight each other was even signed. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, is it because Tank congratulated him and they feel like that all the Tank fans going to gravitate towards Brian Norman? And now you got all these, new fans of Brian Norman going against Devin Haney. That's what I feel like is going on. And because you do have a platform, you can kind of control the narrative. But that's not a narrative to even start, because that had nothing to do with, a Devin Haney. That was way before. They even got into negotiations, or quote unquote negotiations. But that was way before. So if they felt any type of way about that, maybe they should have checked the timeline. They would have seen that. But unfortunately, nowadays nobody likes to do their research on the things that, had transpired. And that's it. Now, if you don't like Tank, that's fine. But to go and do a video about something that was old, yes, Senior said what he said about Tank, and that's totally understandable. I mean, they went at it. They went at it. Tank was talking shit to Norman Senior. Norman Senior was talking shit to Tank and his whole team. That's it. And it was crazy about it. Norman Jr. never said a word. Only thing he was doing was fighting. So I just feel as if that was nonsense. That's old news. The good news is, man, this right here, this is good news. Jared Green, what's good with you, brother? This the good news. Anthony Yard, David Benavidez. Hoo-wee. Come on, man. Somebody talk to me, man. Somebody talk to me. If that ain't a good fight, nobody want to fight them. Nobody want to fight the Mexican Monster right now. You see Canelo, come on, man. You got to have a 47, a 40, a 35, a 40, and a 47 pounder to go chase him. Don't get me wrong. I think Canelo a hell of a fighter. Although I still feel as if he didn't need to take PEDs because he was a hell of a fighter. He was a hell of a fighter. So for him to do that for whatever reason, I know it's long gone. And certain people still don't, rock with him. That's cool. I mean, he cool to me, but I would never really support a cheater. No matter if they did raise the limit of Canandrolol. You heard Charlo talk about that. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people just thought that, Charlo was just talking horse shit, which wasn't the case. Yeah, they did raise the usage of naltrexone, however you pronounce it, right? They did raise the level of that. So who's to say if he's still on or off? Oh, shit, we don't know because they raised the level, right? You got Abdullah Mason, if you ask me, one of the hottest in the game right now. I think if you know me, I've been talking about Abdullah Mason. If you know me, I done called fights talking about Abdullah Mason. If you know me, I had Abdullah Mason as my number one prospect. And to say to say the least, I actually had Shushu Carrington as my number one prospect. But after I seen Abdullah Mason fight his pro debut, then he came back, I want to say either a couple weeks or a couple months later, and fought again. And he beat a guy from Georgia. Who was pretty decent. He was pretty decent here in the amateurs. He did go to some world ring size. I think he won a world ring size. I know he was he fought a guy named Desmond Lyons. But anyway, when I seen Abdullah Mason destroy him, I said, no. That's my number one prospect. So I had to move Shushu down. That was about 2 years ago. Anybody who been over here, they know I had him up there. Right? So I just feel as if right now, Mason, especially, putting on the clinic that he just put on, you seen what he did with Jeremiah Nakatalia. And remember, we had other guys to fight Jeremiah Nakatalia as well, and y'all know how that turned out. I don't have to say any names. So yeah, I mean, Abdullah Mason, that's a name. Then listen, Bam Rodriguez. What? Bam Rodriguez. Now, Abdullah Mason, I'm gonna go back real quick. Abdullah Mason is fighting, I think his name Sam Coates or Notes or something like that, I believe. I believe that's his name. So they'll be doing their thing. And that's for the WBO. So here it is, Abdullah Mason. After months of me talking about him or years of me talking about him, here he is. A chance to be a champion. And he's going to do it over in Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to lie to you. I that's a marvelous thing. Knowing if you know the background of Abdullah Mason, him and his brothers, of course, they're Muslim. But if you've heard their story, you'll know that this is definitely a life-changing, defining moment for him. So I can't wait to see that. I'm definitely all the way locked in. Some people think that the moment might be too big for him. I've seen people talk about that, and people worry about him, finally getting that championship status. But some people just don't believe that he has a chin. And my thing is this. Yes, we've seen Abdullah Mason get dropped. But why don't we give credit to the guy who dropped him? Because if you go back and look at the replay of that, you will know that that was actually a perfectly placed left hook that caught Abdullah Mason. I mean, he had his hand up, he had his guard up. It actually went inside of the guard. That's actually a perfectly placed hook. I mean, there's literally nothing you can do about that, honestly. It was perfectly placed. Then we got Jesse Bam Rodriguez, and I was just speaking on Bam. Bam is, listen, although Bam is Mexican, you can't tell. His fighting style don't say he's Mexican. Bam, to me, has 4 different styles. I've seen Bam walk down game. I've seen I guess his version of the Vasily Lomachenko footwork game. I seen his pull counter game. Or I guess you could say the Floyd Mayweather type pull counter game. And he got a little bit of razzle dazzle to his step. I mean, he can move in there. It's real swift. And he's gonna be facing Fernando Martinez, who's a big puncher. Hey, another big puncher on the card. So I mean, let's talk about the card. Let's not talk about old stuff. This the good news right here. You know what I mean? This the good news right here. Now Martinez, hey, shit, he's a junior bantamman. He definitely he Martinez coming to fight. They call him Puma. If you think Puma ain't coming to fight, think again. I promise you, he's coming to fight. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be I'm not gonna say it's gonna be one of those fights where you can't miss it. But I mean, well, watching Bam, you never know what you're gonna get. Bam, one of those guys, and you can't tell because his demeanor. He's one of those guys I call a silent killer. You don't know what type of Bam you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get the irky jerky Bam or the finesse Bam. You don't know which one you're gonna get, but when he touch you, you're gonna know. And he's ferocious with it. So Bam is on the card, man. You gotta give it up to Bam, man. I mean, goddamn, that's Puma versus Bam. I don't know how well y'all follow, you know, the lower weight classes, but I follow them a lot because it's definitely some hitters down there for sure. Then of course you got Sam Noakes. He's fighting Abdullah Mason, and that's for the vacant belt. And like I said before, people don't know what to expect from Abdullah Mason because he's going to be in that championship level. But this is one of those fights where I don't believe that Sam Noakes belong in the ring with Abdullah Mason. That's just my personal opinion. I don't believe that I don't believe he belongs in the ring with Abdullah Mason. I don't. I really don't. Mr. Shelton, what's good with your family? What's going on? Said, what you think about Gary Russell return, fight on Barrios on the card? I did a video on that. I'm excited. I can't wait to watch it. Some people, I seen some people in the chat was saying that it's messed up. They treat Gary like that. I mean, hey, listen, I watch prelims fights too. I don't give a damn if you're on the prelims or the main card. That's Gary Russell Jr. That's just bring more eyes to the prelims, if you ask me. He has been out the ring, what? Shit. Damn. 3.5 years, 3 years or something like that. Because I remember the last time he fought Mark Masagio. That was in January. That had to be like January 22nd because I was in Mexico. Yeah, because I did a live with Spider, his brother. So yeah. I did a live with his brother, and I was in Mexico when that fight happened. So yeah, that was like January 22nd, I believe. Because my birthday is on the 24th. So yeah, for sure. I was definitely in Mexico. Whether he's fighting on the main card or the prelims or the undercard, I wouldn't give a damn. I'm a big fan of Gary Russell Jr. I'm a big fan of Gary Russell Jr. Win, lose, or draw. Definitely. Anthony Yard, and David Benavidez. I mean, listen, people can say what they want about Anthony Yarde. We've seen the fight with him and Beterbiev. We've seen the fight with him and who that was Yarde fought. Shit, it was just on the tip of my tongue. But anyways, we've seen him in some fights. Now, the only thing that worries me about this fight, I'm not sure who Anthony Yarde still trains with, or if he's with Tunde, I think that's his name, or is he still with them guys or not. But I remember them saying that he really don't spar before fights or something like that. And I'm like, what? Now I gotta go back and I'm gonna go back and find that footage, or I'm gonna have to put it on. I guess AI can find it for me or whatever. But I know for sure it was a quote saying that he don't spar before the fights or do hard sparring or something like that. Which is, I mean, shit. For him to look as good as he's looked in fights. Now he may not have looked, may not have won, but he's looked good in some fights. I actually believe that, even when he was fighting Beterbiev, that was a good damn fight. You know what I mean? So he brings excitement too. And I think he's gonna come and try to fight Yarde Kovalev. Okay. He did gas out. Yes, I do remember that fight. I do remember the Kovalev fight, but it was another big fight that he had as well. To me, it was a big fight, but I can't remember who it was. It was on the tip of my tongue, but it just left that quick. So I just want to see what Yarde has left, if he does have anything left. Because listen, David Benavidez is a handful. Do you hear me? He's a handful. I know people talked about David Benavidez going up to 60. Well, not 60. Yes, 68. In the first fight that they had at 68, didn't look good. People thought that the guy took his punches well, and it's gonna be fights like that. It's boxing. It's boxing. This guy may be able to take harder punches or a substantial amount of punishment from another fighter. He may be able to. We don't know. Everybody's not the same. Just because you have the one punch knockout power, or like a David Benavidez who has that one punch that can zip and sting you, and he throws a farad of punches, and he's accumulation type puncher fighter. Yarde may be able to take that. Just because somebody else or another opponent that he fought, just because he couldn't take it, don't mean that he can't take it. You know what I mean? So I think that's like the misconception with people. Just because a person punches hard, they have that misconception. You know what I mean? Or I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Somebody may be able to take that punch that the other opponent couldn't take. Like Lamont Roach, he took punishment as well as dished it out as well. A lot of those punches that were landing on Lamont Roach, if it was any other fighter that Tank has fought previously, probably would have knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put too much stock into that, for sure. I really don't, because you never know. London Art, yes. Please, thank you. Knew I wasn't tripping. I just couldn't think his name. Thank you. Appreciate that, Jared Green, for sure. That was another fight that I like. Again, I liked. I liked. You know what I mean? So he got some names up on his belt, and when you bring these guys together, and I don't think Turkey's done with this card. That's the thing. I know at one point, I'm not sure if he's still trying to do it, but I know at one point they was talking about making the Boots and Virgil Ortiz on this card as well. So I'm not sure if they're still going through or not, but that's another good fight. I think because Boots moving up, I think that Boots should get a fight at 54 first. That's just my personal opinion. I think Virgil is on his third fight at 54, probably second or third fight, I think. So he can get another fight. Then of course, I think Turkey's also looking to see what Shakur and Zapata fight gonna look like as well. Shakur or Zepeda is going to be on that card in November. Yeah, it might seem like it's too quick. It's July. You think about it, July, August, September, October. You still got 3 months, right? They're fighting this week coming up, I believe. So he's gonna look to see who one of those two guys gonna be on the card. I'm not sure who the winner would be. I know many people. I see Adam. He's in the chat. He's rocking with Zepeda. There's a lot of people rocking with Shakur. My only concern about this fight is Shakur hands. Other than that, I don't have any. I won't go to any depths of this fight because for me it's a lot of unknowns. I don't know the severity still of Shakur hands. I'm not sure if he went and got him fixed or went him got some maintenance done. I don't know, right? But what I do know is he'll be in the ring coming up. So I want to see what it looked like. You got the Zepeda, who's a volume puncher, versus a Shakur Stevenson guy who knows how to separate himself defensively from opponents that throws volume punches, counter punchers. Shakur, he's definitely the total package. But I do, Shakur hasn't really tweeted much this fight. That's another thing I've been looking at. If you follow Shakur, he tweets a fucking lot. And that's why, you see on his trunks it says Twitterson. But the way Shakur fight and the way he tweets is two different stories. The way Shakur tweet, you would think that he's a fucking man-child. He's a killer. But when you see the fight, people have the mean of people going to sleep. Timothy Bradley talked about he fell asleep and, other things of that nature. But he was another name. Shakur was another name that fought Jeremiah Nakathalia. I don't know if Shakur was hurt early in that fight. I know he felt this power early in that fight, and it just seemed like to me that Shakur got on his bicycle. We've seen that, even in the De Los Santos fight. I was actually at that fight because Brian Norman Jr. fought Quentin Randall that night as well. So I was actually at that card. But I don't know what we're going to get from Shakur. One thing I will say is he hasn't been tweeting. So maybe he do got to get for everybody. You see Turkey clowning, making the Tom and Jerry jokes. But again, I don't think that Turkey is talking directly at him. I think it was other guys that Turkey was talking about, like William Skull. I won't even go as far as say he was talking about Devin Haney in the fight with Ramirez. I don't think he was. Because you guys got to understand, Devin Haney also hurt Ramirez in that fight as well. I think Ramirez had some cracked ribs, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But I did see him getting checked up by the doctor. But it was multiple reports that were stating that. So, and I also understood and understand Devin was trying to make sure that the next fight was safe. And his next fight after that would have been Ryan Garcia. So I can understand that 1,000%. I can understand that. But for everybody else, I don't know what Turkey got against y'all, but the walls are closing in. He even made a joke saying that, as the fight go on, the ring will get smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Turkey, what the fuck are you talking about? But again, that's his way of humor. I said, besides a few interviews, Shakur has been quiet. Yeah. And that's why I believe that he's really, really working. Even when I even seen some people saying, not some people, but people who are close to their team, that Shakur gonna stop him. And that could be the case. Like I said before, Shakur grew on me. At first I was like, but he grew on me though, and that's okay. And I think I was so after what I think was the Valdez fight. I was like, damn, it was the Valdez or the Herring. And it was the Herring fight. And going back and looking at the Herring fight, this kid was stepping inside the pocket to the he was stepping to the champion, stepping inside the pocket, and he fought most of that fight inside the pocket, close range. I'm like, hey, I don't know what you guys be talking about. This kid can fight from a distance, and he can fight close range, and he can still make you miss using his defense up close. That's phenomenal fucking work, man. And again, I always say that boxing has lost art, and he's one of those guys who's a pillar at, of course, using his feet to get in and out of range. I find that quite phenomenal. So this card is definitely shaping up, man. Damn, it's a lot of heavy hitters on this one card. You know, it was now again. I think this card will be different from the card that was in New York. I think it'll be much different. Of course, you know, the treatment. I think the treatment will definitely be a lot better. You know, I'm not sure if you guys been to Saudi Arabia, but you're definitely treated with respect over there. I was in 78 chat, and I was seeing a guy, you know, talking about human rights, Saudi Arabia human rights or something like that, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because if you've been to Saudi Arabia before, there's some military guys in here that told me they've been to Saudi before and what to expect and things of the nature. But it's pretty fucking solid over there. Even in the videos that I did, the 2 times that I've been to Saudi, shit. I mean, I recorded. It's a whole recording of all the stuff from I did in Saudi. It's multiple videos. I didn't get looked at no different. Shit. Me and Ellie Setback went to the hood. Yeah, Saudi Arabia got a hood, man. So we went over to the hood. So they didn't look at us different. You know what I mean? And they were just like, "Damn, we got a mixed dude and a black nigga over here." You know what I mean? So I didn't get that apart the human rights. It was pretty dope. Like, I can't say my whole experience over there was pretty dope. Meeting the king, the sheik, the prince, pretty dope. You know, like I said before, I stated I was hungry. I think our first night getting a workout in, I stated I was hungry. And I remember the sheik saying, "Hey," he snapped his finger, "I need food from here all the way from his feet all the way to the door." And you better believe there was food from my feet all the way to the door. So it was great treatment over there. I don't know what people be talking about. Dino Boxing ENT, what's good with you, bro? I've been seeing you doing those little boxing matches, man. You be y'all be having me rolling, man. Y'all be having some crazy fights. But man, keep it going though, because I definitely do be tuned in and I be entertained for sure. Yeah, man, we got good fights coming on, man. But so we can't complain. But my purpose of doing this, man, let's continue bringing the good energy to Brian Norman and Devin Haney fight. You know what I mean? Everything else is irrelevant. Everything else is irrelevant. Tank ain't got nothing to do with these guys' fight. It ain't no use to bring them back up the old spar. It ain't no use. Like I said before, if you follow Brian Norman, they said the hell of many different type of times on telecast whenever he fought. Oh, this guy sparred with Bud. This guy sparred with Boost. And this guy sparred with, people can't say they didn't know about that, because that's one of the ways that everybody started understanding and knowing who Brian Norman Jr. was. Said late, but gotta show love. Bonus dad duties. Said shaking my head. If this what having girls every day is like, sheesh. Man, look, bro. And my wife right now on a flight to on a flight to Paris. Matter of fact, she getting ready to land. Let me see. Let me track her flight right quick. Damn. She getting ready to land in. She getting ready to land in 59 minutes. Stephen Elder Matt was good. Said chilling at the workhouse, man. Y'all get them hours in, man. I'm chilling at the crib. I'm chilling at the crib. This is the workhouse. This is the workhouse. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's a long damn flight. Yeah. So I think what her flight was 7 hours. No, 8 hours. Yeah, 8-hour flight. They're gonna give us a top-notch fight. Haney and Norman would not disappoint. Oh no, they definitely not gonna disappoint. No, they definitely. That's gonna be the whole card, man. The whole card. I mean, damn. Yeah, we got some. Don't get me wrong. We did get some big names on the New York card, but it was an ugly sight. You know, it was ugly. You know what I mean? But now here it is again. We get another couple big fights on one card. I just don't think that these guys, these in particular guys, from Haney to Norman to Puma to Bam, Mason to Sam Notes, Yard to Benavidez, and we still waiting to see, you know, what happens between Zepeda and Shakur. One of those two guys gonna be added to the card. I mean, damn. Man, this card's shaping out good. I mean, this one of those cards where, you know, I'm gonna be in the house, but you know, I'm gonna be in the house at the fight. But shit, if I'm at home, man, I'm kicking my feet up. If I'm a male, baby, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? If you know, I know we got women watch the sport too. The women watching the fight, shit. Tell your husband leave you alone. You know what I mean? This is gonna be one of those cards. I think it's gonna be one of them ones we talk about for a minute. Oh, hey, yeah, for sure. Andre, what's good with you, my boy? What's good? Yeah, this is gonna be one of the ones we talk about for a long time, for sure. I did see Haney said something like this fight should be for the Ring magazine. Now, that's something that I don't agree on. That's something that I don't agree on. I mean, two of the belts are vacant because Boots moving up. Two of the belts are vacant. And no, Rolly won't be elevated. He won't be elevated. He'll be just the I guess like the secondary champ. Cause so he won't be super champion. Basically, what I'm saying. So, yes, Devin Haney was undisputed champion in 2 different weight classes. But this would be his first fight at 47 initially because his last fight was at 44. So I don't agree that it should be for a Ring magazine belt. I'm just speaking for myself as a hardcore fan. I don't see, you know what I mean? I don't see why and how. But, you know, maybe they can petition for it. I don't know. Maybe Turkey will do something for it. I don't know. Right? But that's just me. You know what I mean? You got one who's been champion for, I guess you could say, pretty much a year now, and that's Brian Norman Jr. But and even he'll tell you, know, like, I'm just starting to make my noise now. So, if that come about, shit, cool. It is what it is. I like Shiraz a lot this weekend, bro. Am I tripping? I would say this: you only as good as your last fight. But I don't think we've seen Shiraz in a fight with a style like Berlanga. But we've seen Berlanga in a fight with a style like Shiraz. Shiraz didn't look good to me fighting Carlos Adames. To me, and he didn't even look like he belonged. I actually thought Carlos Adames won that fight, and I don't think it was even close. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see. But I do know that Berlanga's punching, and I know Shiraz is punching. I actually had a chance to see Shiraz fight up close and personal. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That was one of those fights I don't know. But if I'm picking somebody, I'm picking Berlanga. I think this is going to be Shiraz's first fight at 68. So we'll see. But he is a big dude in person, though. Well, he's a tall dude. To be honest, I didn't know about the sparring. No, that's cool, Joseph Thompson. Okay, let me finish reading. If everything they say is true, then I'm not surprised. But like you said, it has nothing to do with this fight. Right. And that's the thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. It's many people who didn't know about the spar. But why bring it up now? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why bring it up now? You know what I mean? Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if okay, let's just say I didn't know. Let's say I didn't know about the spar, right? I'm gonna look at it like, what the fuck they got to do with this fight? Even Tank got something going on. That's just how I think, right? It don't matter. You know what I mean? So why is that even coming up? You did what I'm saying? So it just didn't. I don't know, bro. It's just weird. To me, it is. Norman's name is hot in the streets right now. Motherfucker, bring it up for clicks and views. You absolutely right about that, brother, for sure. And I think that's that's one of it. I think that's part of it. And then at the same time, because Tank congratulated him, and the people who support Devin Haney may not have liked that because Tank supported him, and that brought a lot of Tank fans over to Brian Norman. And of course, Tank fans don't want Haney to win the fight. I think, simply put, that's what it is. At the end of the day, you got to be the best man at the 12 rounds on that night. Nah, for sure. But man, listen, this it said, I have no clue. I got no clue. So, brother, you think we can get Deontay versus Kurap for a regular WBA? Let me just say this, because I did a video on this. Deontay is not interested in fighting any of the top guys right now. He is concentrating on sticking to his plans. He has about 2 or 3 more fights to get himself back together, and then he'll go from there. For us right now, he's not thinking about Kubrat Pulev, Dave Allen, Joshua, who else? Du Bois, Usyk. He ain't thinking about none of them. He's working on getting himself back together. Those guys need the money. He doesn't. He wants to accomplish something. Clarence Banks say, isn't the clip of Senior talking about the sparring over a month old? Folks barely finding the video now. Can't blame Senior speaking on it. No, for sure. I'm not gonna say a month old. It was probably older than that, but they probably asked him about it. And this is, like I said before, this is all before Tank came and congratulated Brian Norman Jr. on his victory. Because again, people don't know about the sparring, but people also don't know that Norman Sr. and Tank team, they was at it like this throughout the sparring, talking shit throughout the sparring. nothing never escalated that much from it. But even from the first time I brought Tank to Junior to spar, Norman Senior was like this, and Tank was like this the whole time. So and again, whatever Senior had said before then, it's old news, and he probably was asked about it a month ago, or I don't know. No, I don't see him talking about it a month ago because he was talking about boots, But he probably brought it up. Oh, he sparred. Da 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 da. But again, the people who work these channels need to put in the video and date it. Oh, this happened. This, and third. Because, for instance, like my guy Joseph Townsend, he don't know anything about the sparring, so he can go do a video thinking that it's current, and it's not. And now you got people looking at him crazy because the other goofies done posted like it was yesterday. They want a name, and they know fam been on a long layoff. That's true too. Said makes sense. Yeah. No, for sure, DP. Nah, for sure. He just doing this thing, dog, for sure. Said Miller being fat around the interviews. To my big baby Miller. Yeah, see the thing about I can't talk about it. I can't talk about I can talk about it, but I can't say what I want to say about Jarrell Miller because of it's a court case between Deontay and his fiance. So if I say something about that situation, they're gonna try to use it against Deontay in court. So that's why I said nothing about it. I ain't even make a video about it. Because if I say the wrong thing about what Jarrell Big Baby Miller said, it's gonna be used against Deontay. And they already on some bullshit right now anyway. So I'm gonna just be quiet. But Miller know what's up, man. Miller know what's up. And again, had I known Miller was here, then never mind. I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, they know what's going on. Said bet, thanks for the info. Nah, for sure. Sparring, man. Motherfuckers get caught slipping thinking shit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just like you said. Lewis Hinton, what's good with you? Andre said, I got no clue about the Matias Puelo fight going back and forth. I don't know, man. I'm not really intrigued with any one of those guys. I know people talk that Matias shit. I know my guy Kano like Matias. I just thought about Kano. Kano, what's up? You see this, man? Kano, hit me up, man. I know you're gonna see this. Kano Local, he loved Matias, but I'm not really impressed with Puelo. Honestly, man, I remember when Brian Norman Jr. sparred with Puelo. I knew for a fact that Antoine Russell would beat Puelo. And the fact that he didn't, and I know what Norman Jr. did to Puelo, damn. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to sleep on that one. So what you think about Wilder's new gym? I got a video dropping. of the whole new gym. I probably ain't gonna drop it just yet till he say give me the clear okay on it. But I got a video that I'm dropping of the whole entire gym. Matter of fact, I actually got to redo it. Not redo it, but I actually got to do the video again because of the new stuff, the new pieces that's going to be added to the gym. So listen, there's not a gym there's not a boxing gym like his right now. I'm not saying that to stroke ego or anything, but you guys will see. You guys will see. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That gym is top notch. Shit. The first time sparring in there, hitting the bags in there, the punch machine in there, and the different you'll see, y'all will see. When y'all see the video, y'all gonna be like, God damn. Even with the mini jumbotron in there. Yeah, trying to be in Bama in October. Why are you trying to be in Bama in October? He's not fighting in Bama. He's fighting in South Korea. Yeah, he fighting in South Korea. Bet look forward to the video, fan. Yeah, man. Yeah, I will say like, dang. Yeah, it's a nice gym for sure. When you see it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it ain't. I'm sorry, I thought my daughters was up there crying. Take my daughter to see the statue. Oh yeah, when you do that, hit me up, bro, so I can send my people to you. Show y'all around. Yeah. So yeah, what I was saying, yeah, the gym is nice. It's nice for sure. It's nice. It's decked out. Man, y'all will see, man, because I think I ain't gonna me talking about it not gonna spoil it, but you know what I'm saying, I don't want to seem like, oh, you just making this up. But no, y'all will see it's top notch. It's not like the money team gym or or what's the word I'm looking for? It don't look like the regular boxing gym that y'all see on like the videos when these guys and go into the boxing gyms and stuff like that. It don't look nothing like that. You know what I mean? One only thing I could probably share is I'm not sure how many of y'all used to watch wrestling growing up. Like I used to be a big wrestling fan. So when you seen like the WCW sign like this, like this, so whenever you walk into the arena, whenever you walk into his arena, the doors open up like that with smoke coming up. So shit hard, man. that shit hard. Yeah, it's hard, man. You got all the different type of punching bags, the uppercuts, you got the punching bag. One of those punching bags is strictly for power. So I mean, if you hit it too hard the wrong way, you might break your own hand. Different type of double end bags. Area where you do all the interviews at. An area where I guess you could say like change. That's actually strictly for him, but it's a see-through glass mirror with, condiments, refreshments, refrigerators. Man, it's dope. It's hard. A lot of old heads were saying you need to have an old school gym to make a champion. But colleges built new football facilities every year. Hey, now you said something right there. Yeah, you said something right there for sure. You said something right there, and that's true. Listen, don't get me wrong, I do like old school gyms though, because I like going to those gyms that's ran down. You got fucking water on the floor. You know what I mean? That's how our gym used to be with him, Mustafa. But yeah, man, bruh, gym is definitely unique. It's definitely unique for sure. Sounds like SmackDown old logo with the fist. No. I'm talking about the old WCW, the 95 WCW when it had the C was like this, and they used to have the claws like this, WCW, and they used to open up. I'm talking about the old WCW, the Friday night WCW that I'm talking about right there. The TBS, what that is, Turner Broadcast Station. I'm talking about them those when Hogan used to walk out and scratch his shirt with the smoke. That right there. But yeah, man. Shit, we be on this guy an hour, 10 minutes, man. But that's basically it, man. Continue talking about this card, and I think it's still actually building. This card is actually continued to build. That's the beautiful thing, man. Let me say this. But the guys you see right here, the guys you see right here, do you guys think that all these guys on this card is pay-per-view worthy? Do you think that all these guys that you see right here that's going to be on that card thus far is pay-per-view worthy? I think these names right here alone rings, let's have a fight party. For sure. I think all these guys right here, all these guys, all those guys' names right there, rings, let's have a fight party. I'm talking about the club showing these fights. Because, man, listen, I would have never thought we'll see Bam, Benavidez, Abdullah Mason, Haney, Norman, all on the same card. I would never thought in a million years we'll see that. 4 championship fights. 4 championship fights. That's 4 right there. 4 championship fights. Shit, man. And it may be some more names added to it. Definitely going between whoever the winner between Shakur and Zepeda, definitely gonna be on the next card in November. Yeah, man. But look, man, I'm finna get ready to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody dropping through, man. Let's stay positive, man. Let's stay positive on this fight talk, man. And let's see what else Turkey gonna bring to the card. You know what I mean? Now I'm actually suspicious on who's gonna be on the undercard, so or the prelims or whatever the case may be. I'm positive it's gonna be some names that we, you know. I would love to get, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see some heavyweights, some heavyweights on this card, not the main card, but probably, probably like undercard or prelims or something like that. I would mind seeing the heavyweights, some heavyweights being added, or some other middleweights, you know what I mean? So we'll see though. But man, I'm ready to get up out of here, man. Appreciate everybody stopping through, man. With that being said, man, I'm gone. Love, peace, and happiness. Hello, world.
Before the paper, I knew they would say, and I knew by the looks on their faces. Niggas mad cause I did what they wouldn't do, say what I couldn't do. Look, bitch, I made it. I made it. Came a long way from the basement. Fighting on me, I ain't playing, y'all. These niggas ain't playing fair. If I would've known better, I'd do better. Took some mess and I learned from a new level. Bought some new shovels and some new stressors, and I'm ready for war like whoever. They counted me out, they can't count it all. Cause little nigga, I ball. I put them points on the board every time that I shoot, I'ma score, and you know I'm a dog. I'm really appalled, don't need no applause. I know I'm a legend, my name on the wall. First ranking with platinum, my second with gold. Did it independent, no deal at all. And they said it's impossible. Got them high cause I did them without them though. I'm the same nigga slept on the carpet floor. Even back then I knew that I'd be poppin', so I really ain't trippin'. I swear I ain't trippin'. I got in my feelings and got me a million. Couple people I thought would be with me, but they not, so it's fuck all them niggas. And then you next.